Welcome to the GuthrieAmerica podcast. We sit down with amazing people who do life in our community and who are from here because we believe every story should be told. I'm your host, Heady Coleman. The new unofficial host is Esther Coleman, who is also my mom, but she is off camera, sitting over here ready to talk, though, at any moment. We're going to get my mama a microphone at some point, and then we may move her onto the big screen at some point. So anyway, Mom, are you excited about being co-host? Today we are sitting down, my unofficial co-host and I are sitting down with Cathy Morris. Before we jump into this conversation with Cathy, will you please go ahead and subscribe to the podcast, leave a review, all the things. We would love to be able to hear from you, connect with you. It would mean the world to me. Cathy, how are you doing today?
I'm great.
Cathy, before we get deep into who you are, before I hit record, you talked about being around my family a whole bunch.
Yes.
Growing up and hanging out over on 323 West Vilas.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to ask you real quick, what is maybe one or two things that you remember about my grandma?
She always fed us. Every time and Miss Coleman always give me a Bible verse.
Yes.
That I can take. Even when I was in the state of California, she called me. And we talked, and the Lord gave me a word. And I never forget when I moved back home, she called me and gave me a word and said, Cathy, I never forget this. She said, teach your kids about God. And that has always stuck with me. Yeah. I do that. Even with my great-grandchildren, I do that.
That's really cool.
She was an amazing woman.
Yeah, I remember when she was still alive, I would just see people and they would be like, yeah, I just talked to your grandma. She called me. Like, she would just be calling people. I'm like, what? My grandma called you? They like, yeah. Then they say, like, she always calls me at least once a month or once every month, something. I was like, man, that's my grandma, just loving on people.
Yeah. Yeah, and Mr. Coleman, he like my son David because he would always take David with him in that station wagon that they always had. So
that's cool. Yeah. So tell us how your family would describe you if they were sitting in that seat. Your friends or family, how would they describe Cathy?
They would describe me. My son calls me Reverend Morris because, which he does because I am a minister. Yeah. And they would describe me as fun, but also a disciplinarian because I am. So, yeah, but fun. We laugh a lot. My family likes to laugh a lot, and I do too.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, how many children?
I have two. Girl and a boy.
A girl and a boy. And then you just had great-grandchildren?
Listen, I have 11 grandchildren. Well, actually 12 because I got a new one. Yes, 12 and 3 great-grandchildren.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so children, grandchildren, and then great-grandchildren. So you know the question. Which one is the best to have?
I love all of them. Listen. I ain't
trying to start that. I'm just asking questions.
I love all of them, and that will start a war in my house. Because everybody, I'm her favorite. One of my grandkids told my other grandchildren that she was David Ruffin, and they were the Temptation. It started off.
Oh my goodness.
But I love them all.
Yes.
I love them all.
Okay, so now you're going to tell us which one?
If truth be told, I'm really partial to those great grandkids because they're still small. But listen,
that's right.
We're going to pray that this video doesn't get.
You know, everybody always says, "Mom, you tell me this is true as well." They say it's nothing like great grandchildren, though.
And that's
true.
Like that
you
is
have
true.
grandchildren.
That is true.
You think you love your children, then you have some grandchildren. You be like, "Oh
then
my
that
goodness."
heart, yes, that is very true.
Yeah.
And I think you make the mistakes with your children, but when you've learned from it. When the great grandchildren, and then you've got even more wisdom with those great grandchildren. So you've gotten seasoned. Okay.
So it's really not about them themselves. It's about how
it's about the growth.
It's about the growth of you as a person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also, there's always something special about something. It's like you can love something, but you don't have to take on all the responsibility
That's
of it.
it. I love them. I spoil them, and I can send them.
That's
home.
right. Yeah.
Yes. And they love to come to my house. Christmas and Thanksgiving, my house is like Grand Central Station. But you know what? I love it. I love the chaos. I even love the messy house. I do.
Well, it's a sign of life.
Yes.
You know, it's like something came through here, and especially
my
when
house looks like a tornado, but I love it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So now, one of the things about being around Guthrie, especially when you're from Guthrie, some people we have on here, they're not from Guthrie, but they live in Guthrie. Is just being a part of a graduating class. I'm sure this is all communities, but for you, was your graduating class something special? And we're gonna go back to your school years, but was your graduating class special? 1978.
1978. Woo woo! Go Blue Jays. Blue Jay through and through. It was very special. I even remember the song. Let me see if I can remember the song. "We Shall Never Pass This Way Again." That was our theme song.
Oh wow!
I do remember.
Yeah.
And yes, I was a cheerleader. I was a basketball player. I was a softball player. I even ran track. So yeah. I was kind of I was popular. So
you was involved.
I was involved.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and it makes it a much different experience when you're involved.
Oh, yeah. And I had fun. I always had fun. Whatever I did, I always had fun at it. So
now by this time, you know, we had the new high school. You were part of that school, but Favor, like you weren't that far off from Favor being existence and being a school in the sense of like segregation?
Well, let me tell you about Favor.
Okay.
I only went to Favor. I went to Catholic school for 8 years, and then we would go.
Was that across the street from Grandma?
No, St. Mary's Catholic School.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But then we would go over to Favor for a curriculum. So that's how I got introduced to Favor. But you know, Favor had the swimming pool, and my cousin almost drowned me. And I still can't swim today, but I was traumatized.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to play softball there, you know, had many fights on Favor school grounds. Yes, yeah. Yeah.
But you never went there?
I never went there.
As a school?
No.
Because you went to
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so when did you start going to Guthrie schools?
After the 8th grade of St. Mary's, and I transitioned into public school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So St. Mary's at the time went to 8th grade?
Yeah.
Because whenever my kids went there, they only went to 6th grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So the swimming pool, I don't remember the swimming pool.
You don't remember?
No.
That was the place to go in the summertime. But like I said, I was traumatized because my cousin almost drowned me. She said, well, let's go wait out here until the 12th.
I'm so sorry for bringing this up.
Straight traumatized. I lived, but I was traumatized.
Yeah, because I've heard people, and I think it's just because of my age is the reason I probably don't, because I don't know when they filled it up. Like,
I know that they did, and that was a tragedy. I mean, for Guthrie, because that really was, a spot for people to go swim and stuff.
Yeah,
it really was. I hated that when they did that.
So at that same time, Highland Park pool was there?
Yes.
Okay. So it had two separate pools. Okay.
Two separate pools.
Yeah, and I wish, because when people talk about it, I'm like, man, I don't feel cool. Like, I don't feel.
You don't feel like you belong.
Yeah, like I missed out on the pool of Favor. Yeah, because you never took me over there, right? I'm remembering.
Huh? Yeah, I went swimming a lot over there.
I don't see how that was even possible. So the pool was there, and you never went to it.
Yeah, we went over there, but we never got in.
Okay. I was about to say, like, this pool thing is like.
Yeah,
one of the more popular spots.
It was a popular spot.
Yeah, from
It
what I hear
was.
from people. And it's
It
like,
was.
how do you grow up here black and not go to the pool in favor?
Yeah.
Okay.
And plus, Perkins was the.
That was the street. That was the street. Absolutely.
Oh, Perkins was the spot
It
like
was
that?
the spot.
It was the strip.
It was the strip. She's
Get
right.
out of here.
It was the strip.
You didn't say that when you was on the podcast.
Perkins and Springer. Perkins and Springer. They were the hot spots.
Like, was y'all cruising up and
Listen, walking, but yeah.
That's where you what?
Absolutely. The guys. Perkins and Springer.
Them driving through Perkins and you meet them
Going to where? Where was they going?
to the pool.
To the pool.
Oh, to the okay.
Everybody would meet at the pool. Yeah.
So, was there anything else with the pool? Was there like a swing set out there or something?
Wow.
It was just a pool.
just a
I need
pool.
to see I need a picture of this pool. I gotta see this pool.
They did, but that's
'Cause
where
y'all was out
everybody.
there?
That's where the hangout was. That's exactly where the hangout was.
People was cruising up and down Perkins.
Absolutely.
That was the strip.
That was the strip. It was the strip. She's absolutely
And
right.
then, when they integrated, of course, the main strip was like Oklahoma.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so the strip moved once integration happened.
Oh yeah.
Was that because
And they probably may have already been dragging. That was the main drag, even before they interviewed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. See, learning something new all
Every
the
day.
time.
Every day.
78, class 78.
Class of 78.
And what was y'all song?
We shall never pass this way again.
We shall never pass this way again. Now,
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
homecoming for you all, was that a big deal? Like the
It
way
was a big deal.
The way they do it now?
Listen, football was a big deal. I was a cheerleader, so Friday night football. I mean, you weren't American if you weren't in at the Jesuit Stadium.
If you wasn't in Jesuit Stadium,
you wasn't American. What were you really doing? No, just kidding.
They
were
need
you
to
really
move
doing?
you right on
Right.
out of it. That is hilarious.
You weren't American.
You were not American.
What
if
is
you,
wrong with you? No, just kidding.
If you went to Jasmine
If you
Stadium
went in
on
jail
Friday night.
nights, I mean, that was the spot. And then after the game, you had to drag up the street because the band would play, at least the drummers would, okay? We were
What? Go on what street?
I go up the same street as Jellum Stadium, just following the band.
Was they walking
Yeah, playing the drums.
at the end of the game?
After the game was over,
They would take the drums.
they would take the drums.
Where
and
was they going to?
Wherever. It was just a spot.
How long would they walk?
Oh, whatever.
Like to the temple? Or?
No, they would use.
They took the instruments back to the school.
I don't know if they did or not, but I know sometimes the drummers would just go. We'd go up toward where the theater was.
Oh, you go back to other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's because that's where they parked it. So then,
Could have, but
and
we
then
just
it's
always
that
had
you
a lot of
follow.
fun.
Yeah,
We always had a
that
lot of fun.
sounds fun.
We
we
had
didn't.
fun.
We didn't do that.
We did.
Y'all probably had a different kind of drum team back then.
We probably did.
Yeah.
We probably did. I think we had the best
Yeah, no,
class.
that sounds fun because I can see that happening. Like you just knew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you was gonna
Oh,
follow the drummers back up.
Right, back up the street. Absolutely.
That's actually cool. See, now I'm feeling bad.
Why?
I mean, because y'all sound like y'all was kicking it.
We
on
were
a different-
kicking it.
That's funny. So you graduate high school. You finished the nursing program. It
Yes,
sounds like.
and yes.
Tell me, how'd you end up being involved in health? Like, was that something just that
No,
intrigued you?
actually, I went to Langston after I graduated, and I was going to do accounting. That's what my major was. But then I realized I really didn't like numbers. At least I thought I didn't. I do now.
Okay.
And so I've always loved health, and I knew that was a passion of mine because taking care of people, you have to have a passion for it. So then I switched over to pre-med, and then I said, nah, we just do nursing. So that's what I did.
That's cool. And so you said you did that for 30 years.
I did that for 30 years.
In different
capacities.
Yeah, in different capacities.
Yes. I was the youngest, and when I went to California, I was the youngest nurse I was 19 years old, over 186 bed unit.
Wow.
I've always had an administrative role
Yeah.
in something.
Now you were in California at 19?
No, when I went to California in 1984. So
1984.
I was young.
Okay.
I was young. I was about that age. Yeah. That's a long time ago. Long time ago.
How did you end up in California, if you don't mind?
My grandfather lived out there.
Okay.
And so I moved out there. Me and the kids moved out there, and I went and took my state boards in Sacramento after I graduated, and we lived out there. We lived out there for a good while. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was California like?
It was very fast paced. Oakland was very fast paced, and I liked it, but I didn't like it. It just wasn't the ideal place to raise kids.
Gotcha.
I don't care what anybody says. Guthrie's still a good place to raise kids.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
But that's where we went, and that's where I met my husband, and so yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And so how long were you in California?
I was out there for about 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you so leaving Guthrie where you grew up, going to California, like what I just heard you say like Guthrie's a good place to raise your kids, but like what were some differences for you, like to go out there that was like what's the word they use when you go somewhere and you kind of not a shock, but it's like culture shock.
Culture shock.
Yeah.
It was a culture shock because everything out there is very fast paced. The cost of living is extremely high.
Yeah.
And it's just different. It's just really fast paced. And I noticed that the schools that my kids went to, they were good schools, but they just were very fast paced. And then I just liked, I guess, say Guthrie kind of country. We are. We are. It's just different. It is just different. And it's just a little bit more laid back than Oakland. Because Oakland is very fast paced. And if you know that it has a lot of crime rate. So that was another thing why I wanted to come home and raise my kids.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
for sure. So one of the things that we like to do, you're going to do a little bit of trivia since you grew up in Guthrie, you went to school here. But now that I'm learned, so this trivia is maybe a little challenging for you, okay? Because now that I've learned that you went to St. Mary's up to 8th grade and then to high school, so we're going to see how this is going to turn out. So this trivia is called Knowing Where Your Schools Are Located, okay? Knowing where your school is located. So I'm going to ask you, which street are the different schools on in Guthrie? All right. You lived here long enough to where, and you brought kids up here, right?
God.
So, all right, here we go. What street is Central Elementary on?
What street is that? It sits on Noble.
Yep, that's all right. Yeah, Noble. What street is Fogarty on?
Fogarty is on Wentz.
Wentz, yep. Good job. See, you're doing great.
Wentz. I had to think about that.
You did, but we're gonna let you pass. You did good. What street is Cotterell on?
Cotterell. What is 19th Street?
Oh, I think the address is Noble.
Noble. Okay.
Yep.
It says on Noble.
But is that 19th Street?
But it kind of intersects between 19th and Noble. Isn't that the?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I live over that way.
The intersection is
Yeah.
I think that's 19th and Noble.
Yeah. I live over that way.
But that street is straight because I think it turns into Academy or something like that. Because Job Corps' address is Academy or something.
Job Corps is down the street from me. The hospital is about a block from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you right there, huh? What street is Guthrie High School on?
Ooh, let me see.
This one always gets people. Let's see if it gets you.
It's on Wentz.
Yeah, see, that's what most people think. So the address is Crooks Drive.
Okay, yeah. I would have never got that. I just know you go toward the Wentz to get there.
Now, this is the easy one. What street is the junior high on?
It's on Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's the easy one. What street is Guess on? Now, Guess wasn't even in existence when you was...
Oh, you can just throw that one into the wind. That one wasn't even...
That's Crooks Drive.
Okay.
Yeah, Crooks Drive. So this will be another one you're probably going to say throw in the wind, but it's relatively easy. What street is Charter Oak on?
I have no idea. Charter Oak?
Yeah, that's it.
That's common sense.
All right, we just talked about this. What street is Favor on?
Favor is on Perkins.
That's right. The strip, as you all were calling it just a little bit ago.
The strip.
The strip. Okay. So one of the questions that I had on my list was like, did you ever swim at Favorite?
I did.
Yeah, and I guess you may have saw that. You said you did do that. And so another thing that's popular in Guthrie, and I'm curious to know part of your story, is what was your parade spot? So everybody has a spot that they go to.
Yes, my parade spot was right there, across where the Bluebell sits on that corner.
Yes.
Right in
Second
there.
Street and
Second Street was the spot. That was the spot.
Second Street in Harris.
Yes.
All right, talking about Second Street, so when I think about Second Street, like I think sometimes when I'm sitting down with people who are talking about it, they don't think about Second Street the way that I was thinking about Second Street. Because Second Street used to be like hopping.
Yeah, but Second Street had a lot of clubs.
Yeah.
Now, one thing about Second Street, I never attended any of the clubs.
Uh-huh.
I knew they were there.
Yes.
And I knew a lot of stuff went on there, but that's not a place that
That's
ventured.
not a place you free. And so the same, even though we lived a block away.
Right.
And I was so young at that time when it did, like when it was hopping. But I remember it hopping.
Right.
But I remember being so scared to walk, like we would walk around, like if it was night, I would walk around. And I don't know why I was so scared. It's like,
well, there was a lot of stuff that went on, and contrary to popular, there was a lot of shootings that went on Second Street.
Yeah.
So
especially when the Job Corps kids would come over, they would drop them off and come down there.
Yeah, I kind of avoided that, that area with all the clubs and stuff like the Plague of Egypt.
Yeah. I remember, but I can't visually remember, but I just remember it being crazy.
Yeah,
it would be a scary spot at times.
Yes.
And the gunshots.
Oh yeah.
It was like, the cops is coming. And we were right there. We could just stand out in our yard and watch
look at them.
Look at it. So it was like really crazy. But it's funny how everybody has a parade spot. Like the spot that, and I think some of it too is because you just knew that's where you're gonna meet up with whoever
friends.
Whoever your people were.
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing about the 89ers back in the day?
The bands.
Yeah.
I love the bands. I remember when Gremlin would come and Millwood, and it was just the black bands. It was just fun. Northeastern, Classen. They were just fun to watch because they actually put on a show right in that strip.
Yes. They knew where to stop.
Absolutely.
And give you a little something. They knew where to stop and give you a little something. That was amazing. Like the bands that would come, like it would be so many of them. You just looked so much. You looked so forward to it, and then it was always just like another family reunion.
Absolutely.
Was it always like that? Like even as a kid?
Yes.
Okay.
People love going to the 89er parade. Now, not so much.
Yeah. It's not quite.
It's not the same.
And I mean, I don't think it was anything really based on Guthrie. It just the crowds that started coming and being violent and all that stuff. And just really messed up a good time
for everybody.
For everybody, it was such a. And I don't even know like if there's still events like that that we have that was at that magnitude anymore. In
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. That 89ers drew a lot of people.
Oh my goodness! You couldn't drive around town.
No, you couldn't even get in the park.
Yeah.
Now
no parks.
No.
Yeah, they open them up now.
Yeah.
It used to be you couldn't get in them.
They closed them because so much went on. Yeah. I mean, I hate that because they really ruined a good thing.
Oh my goodness! It only takes. It wasn't like everybody.
No,
it only takes a few
folk, right?
To mess up something so good.
Absolutely.
So. Growing up in Guthrie, you went to St. Mary's, went to the high school. What were some of your favorite things to do? I know we talked about the swimming
and sports.
I was in
sports. Yeah.
So how did you get into sports? Was it something you started as a kid, or
I started off playing basketball at St. Mary's, and then when I was in the 8th grade, I was recruited to the high school.
Okay.
In the 8th grade, I played varsity ball for the high school.
Okay.
And then when I transitioned, I still played ball for Guthrie High School. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But was you like running point or what?
I was a guard. I played both forward and guard. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Look at you, the little hooper. Lil Hooper. Okay. So I just kind of give it. I always kind of review to think this thing through. So St. Mary's high school, play sports, love sports. Then you go to college, end up moving to California.
Absolutely.
But you just recently said you love numbers now. Like you learned that you love numbers. How did that happen?
I think I've always had a passion for numbers, but when I began to dream of numbers constantly, it was like, oh no, this is beginning to be a little too much. And now I still dream of numbers. But now I deal with numbers because I deal with money. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh Lord, are you trying to tell me something? Seems like things that I ran away from, I find myself coming right back to. Yeah.
Okay. This next thing is called top 5.
Okay.
And so top 5 is, I'm gonna give you 5 things.
Okay.
And you got to put them on the list of 1 being the greatest.
Okay. And
5 being the least. Now here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you this, and you got to put it somewhere, and you can't move it afterwards. Okay. All right. And this is food based.
Okay.
These is the top 5 favorite foods according to Google. All right. The first one, grilled chicken. Top 5. Where are you putting it?
Probably 4.
4. Okay. Let me put this down so I remember. Hold on a second. Wow, grilled chicken. You 4. You pretty low. All right. Pizza.
It will be a 5.
Pizza's a 5?
I don't really care for pizza
Oh
anymore.
my goodness.
No.
Pasta.
That's going to be a 2.
That's going to be a 2. Chicken strips.
That would go in 3. Me and my grandson do love chicken strips.
Y'all love chicken strips? What's your favorite chicken strip spot?
We usually go get chicken strips at McDonald's.
Oh, okay. So you get the nuggets?
Yes.
Okay.
He loves those, so we usually get those. Or Sonic. Sonic has good ones too.
Yeah, Sonic has good.
Yes.
So burgers.
I like burgers.
Oh.
That would be a number 1.
That would be a number 1. What's your favorite burger?
Just a plain burger with some cheese, some mayonnaise, some lettuce, and tomatoes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, just the original.
Yeah, just the original
classic burger.
Classic burger.
Yes.
With mustard. Don't put nothing else on it. Don't add to it. Don't take from it. Yeah.
I love burgers too.
Yeah.
I love burgers.
Yes.
All right. So this one is called either or.
Okay.
Either or. Then you just tell me which one. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay.
Definitely a coffee drinker.
Is that like first thing in the morning?
Listen, I really don't
all
like people.
Day long.
Listen, I don't like people talking to me. Let me turn my computer on and let me get my coffee first. Then you can throw me your problems. I can solve them.
Coffee before problems.
Coffee before problems.
Coffee before problems. All right. Early bird or night owl?
I am an early bird. I get up at 3:30 in the morning to pray.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm an early bird.
Early bird. Now, what time do you go to bed?
I'm usually in bed by 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
I am
shutting it down.
I am. I am one of these people. I have to get at least 8 hours of sleep. I just don't function on anything.
Oh my goodness.
I don't.
I wish.
Now, when I was younger, it was different. I could stay up from dusk to dawn, but not anymore.
But do you sleep? Are you pretty good at sleeping throughout the night?
No.
Okay, so you kind of up and down. Okay.
Yeah.
Mom,
sometimes I suffer from insomnia, so yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Mom, when's the last time you slept for 8 hours straight?
I don't sleep that long.
I know. That's.
You an up and down person too?
I wouldn't say I'm up and down though.
You just don't sleep.
Well, I don't know.
She don't know. She don't know. My mama don't know, y'all. All right, Cathy. Beach vacation or mountain retreat?
No, I'm taking the beach.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I like to be by water, and I love the feel of sand in my toe.
Oh my. No.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Beach vacation. You going for the beach. That's what you was out in California. See, that's California.
Absolutely.
That's what California did to you. Okay.
And we used to stay at the beach because Alameda Beach was right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cats or dogs?
Dogs.
You don't like you a good little cat?
I used to have. I like cats, but I prefer dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want either one of them. All right. Netflix binge or reading a good book?
I'm a reader.
Okay.
I'm a straight reader. The only time I watch movies is when the grandkids come.
Okay.
Because they make me watch it with them. They twist my arm.
Now, do you do digital or you paperback? Like you do physical?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
You do both?
Yes.
Sweet or savory?
I have a really bad sweet tooth. I like sweets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. That's my vice.
Not like candy. I need
I
like.
don't like to cook, and I usually bake a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah. I like some good. Yeah. City life or countryside?
I'll take the country any day. I'm a straight country girl.
If there's one thing I was like, I know what she gonna say on this time about California versus Guthrie. Get
Country.
her back.
Give me the
Get her
country.
back to the country.
Take me back
Give
to
me
the
back
country.
to the country.
I'm the country mouse.
Let me see. Introvert or extrovert?
That depends. Because like I told you earlier, there are times when I love to talk, but then there's also times when I love to be silent and I love my space.
Gotcha.
So it's a combination of both. It just depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winter or summer?
Neither.
Neither.
I like fall and spring. I'm guessing I've gotten older and I don't really like the heat and I really don't like the cold. I like fall and I like spring. It's perfect weather.
Okay. Classic rock or pop music?
None of it.
No. Do you listen to music?
I do, but not that.
Not that. Okay. What is your favorite type of?
I love gospel.
Gospel music
Or
okay.
jazz. Now, if I'm going to listen to something, I like jazz, smooth jazz. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Calling or texting?
I like to call.
Okay.
I like to call. Yeah.
He's like, give me a phone call.
And yeah, because I can gather how that person is feeling by the tone. I can get that vibe or sense what's going on. Texting, things get so misconstrued sometimes. I'd rather call you.
Yeah. Cooking at home or dining out?
Oh, I love to cook.
Okay. Well, now, what's your favorite meal to cook? I know you said you used to bake and stuff like that, but what's your favorite meal?
My favorite meal to cook is probably some good old smothered pork chops and gravy or mashed potatoes. And my kids like macaroni and cheese. So
Yeah. That's good. Sounds good. Adventure or relaxation?
I'm an adventurous person.
Okay.
I take the adventure.
Gotcha. Yeah. Movies or TV shows?
I'm really a reader. I don't.
You don't do either?
No, not really. Like I said, the only movies I watch is when the grandkids twist my arm, and that's rarely.
Yeah.
I'd rather read.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Oh, chocolate. I like chocolate. I do.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Sneakers or dress shoes?
Depends on the occasion.
Okay.
I like sneakers, because they are comfortable depending on what I have to do. But then I also like to get girly.
Yeah. Okay.
I do. I like to get girly.
I was really surprised. I was at a luncheon on Wednesday, and the gentlemen were wearing suits and stuff, and it was just surprised how many were in tennis shoes with their suits now.
You know what? That
older
trend
gentlemen.
was really popular in California when I was out there in the 80s, and I would see these men dressed in these fabulous suits, and then you look down, and it's like,
yeah, they got on sneakers. Yeah.
It's like, okay, but I get it.
Yeah.
Because most of them walked everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Yeah.
And I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And at some point too, you almost feel like people are like, I'm gonna wear the suit. I feel professional, but I'm done with trying to
impress people.
I just want to be comfortable.
Want comfort.
Yes, yeah. Which
I want comfort.
I think you get people to be more productive. You just let them be comfortable.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Be professional, dress accordingly, but be comfortable.
Absolutely.
So if you had one or the other to go to, art gallery or music concert?
I like art galleries. I love art. I do. I do love that. I do love arts.
Was that something that you had to grow into, or you always?
No, One thing about me that people don't know, when I was younger and we went to St. Mary's, they gave us a lot of culture.
Gotcha.
We got to go to symphonies and things like that. So I was kind of
exposed to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Historical fiction or sci-fi?
Historical.
Historical.
History.
You like history?
I love history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things that you mentioned was, so you did healthcare for 30-something years.
Yes.
I was going to ask you, and you did hospitals, home health, nurse home. Which one did you enjoy most, and what would be the difference in them?
The difference. Let's do the nursing home. Most of them were elderly people, and I love the elderly, and I'm a protector, and I always made sure that they were cared for like they should be cared for. Hospitals, my favorite to work in was labor and delivery because I have a passion for mothers and babies.
Okay.
And I worked in that for a long time. Yes. And home health, I loved home health just because I got to choose the client or, family, whichever one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just figured out how to, in all of them, just kind of figure out what did you enjoy most about them.
Yes.
Kind of look at it like that.
Yes.
So it makes it.
Yes.
You always tell people
actually
like
what the need was and how I could meet that need.
Yeah.
I'm a caregiver at heart. That is something the Lord has given me, and how to meet that need. And I'm also a problem solver. How can I solve this problem to make their life better? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And so after 30-something years of doing that, I don't know when you transitioned to doing community action, but
I'll tell you
tell
about
the story.
That. The story is I ended up finding out that I had arthritis. I wasn't feeling good, and I had a body scan in 1991 and from head to toe, and they found out that I had chronic arthritis. Well, because of the progression of it, it caused me to have 2 hip replacements. I've had 2 hands done. I've had 10 major surgeries altogether. And that kind of made me transition into something else because I couldn't do the floor work as much. So that's kind of helped me catalyst my second career, I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And so tell us about Community Action. What is it? What do y'all do?
Community Actions is a nonprofit organization that helps low-income families. We help them with rental assistance, utility assistance. I do IDs and birth certificates. Pretty much a human resource. I find resources for everything, weatherization, you name it, I'll find a resource for it. Whatever the need is, I will figure out, or I'll know somebody that can help me solve that problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what we do.
How long have you been doing that?
Off and on I started with AARP 6 years, and I'm going on my second year for COCA.
Okay.
Yes. So
that's what they call it, COCA?
COCA, Central Oklahoma Community Action.
Yeah.
I'm going on my second year with them, but like I said, I was in that process of learning everything with AARP, and that was a 6 year. So going on almost 8 years. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Tell me, give me an example of kind of how you've helped somebody through community action that you can share.
I had a young lady come in. She lost her job, or she was in transition of job, and her rent was due. She had kids and was able to do her intake and, help her pay her rent to keep from being evicted. So things like that. And when I first started with Community Actions, we did not have any rental assistance at all. My county had none. So we were able to secure from Salvation Army. It's not a whole lot, $1,500, but it has kept a lot of people from being evicted. Like I said, I have made money scream.
You made it stretch.
Absolutely. We don't do the ramps per se, but I have the weatherization referral that probably can. They can do a lot for people with building their houses or repairs, giving them new efficient appliances. So that's a resource that I refer to. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes.
So ramps, what do y'all mean when you say ramps?
Like for the wheelchair?
Okay.
Yes, those things. And they do some of that stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I was just making sure people understood.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me something you're grateful for.
I'm grateful for salvation.
Yeah.
Because I was a holy terror. That's what I'm grateful for every day. Listen, besides the good, there's also the bad
That's
side.
right. That's
I was
right.
a sinner before I was a saint.
You say you have a testimony.
I have a testimony.
You have a testimony. That's good. What do you do for fun now in Guthrie, America?
In Guthrie of America, my favorite thing to do is go riding on Sundays and discover something I don't know about Guthrie.
Okay.
I have went through trail. I didn't know that was back there. You know, there is all kinds of things that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Housing additions that you wouldn't know are back there hidden in those woods.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Bernadette and I, my wife, we talk about as we getting older because my kids are all grown now for the most part. And so we said we're going to start cruising on, Sunday evenings and just going around.
Absolutely.
You know the Bakers, Mr. and Miss Baker?
Yes.
They used to be cruisers. Like we'll see them cruising around, just the two of them.
She's the one who taught me algebra.
Oh, yes. That's right. Yeah. And so we said we're going to become the next Mr. and Mrs. Baker around here and be cruising Guthrie streets. What's some best ways to give back to the community?
Best ways to get back to the community, as far as I'm concerned, is do something for somebody. Pass it on. Like I say, I give back to community action because I was once a person that needed help from community action. So yeah,
that's good. So one of the questions that we always end with, the question we always end with normally is there's a sign behind you. It says #Choose Guthrie. You've probably seen them in windows and when you're driving through town. And what does it mean when you hear Choose Guthrie?
When you say Choose Guthrie, and listen, it means this is our community. We have got to give back to our community. We have got to learn to love one another and unite as a community because we're all in this community.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. That's good. You have any last thoughts that you'd like to share with us?
No, I just want everybody to know that I will be sending flyers out. Y'all will be sending me on the beat, probably be around October with a QR code. Just give to community actions because the funding will help our low-income families with rental and utility assistance.
Gotcha. All right, Cathy, thank you so much
You're
for being
welcome.
on the Guthrie America podcast with me. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, we're on a mission to have every story told of the people who do life here in our great community and who are from here. The question that I love to end with is, will yours be next? Go in.